caught my earlier arrangement, then you know that I had found another great deal on flowers. Publix. Always go to Publix for flowers. They're just so cheap. You can't beat them. I got 3 bunches of flowers for $12. In those bunches, I got 6 roses for 12 bucks. You can't beat that. Definitely the way to go. So I did an earlier arrangement with 3 roses. I've still got 3 left. So we're going to play around and come up with a couple of more ideas on how to use these roses. The first thing I'm going to do is a rose underwater. And I don't know if you've seen this done before. You may have seen it and wondered, how in the world do they do that? I can't speak for everybody else, but I'm going to show you the way that I've found to make that happen. I like to leave my greens on my roses. Once they're underwater and they get those little bubbles around the greens, I just think it looks so cool. So I do leave my greens on, and I'm going to start by measuring the height of my rose. I actually want to fill my vase with water, and then I'm going to put a floating candle in it. So I don't want my rose to be too terribly tall. So I am going to cut him down. I think I'll cut him down to here. Like I said before, always use a knife. Please do not use shears or scissors or anything like that. This gives your roses the best chance to drink their water. Okay, I'm going to put him in here for just a minute and just try his height. Yes, I like that right there. Come back out. Okay, now here is my trick. I take floral wire, and I know a lot of times I try to teach you everything that you can do with stuff around the house. Floral wire is one of the few things that I would suggest investing in. It's not expensive. You can get it at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. Definitely get on their websites, use their coupons, and when you get a bunch of it, it's going to last you for probably years and years. So I take my floral wire, I go just a little ways up the stem, maybe an inch up, and I pierce this straight through my stem. And this guy is a little bit tough, so give me just a minute. Let me get him through there. I pierce that all the way through the stem. Come on now, work with me. And then once I get that through the stem, I fold it in half, just like that. Don't let it pull and rip through your stem. Make sure that you're actually just bending the wire, okay? Then I do another one. And I'm going to go just a little bit higher up on that stem, or I guess that would be lower down, depending on how you look at it, okay? Let me get that one through. And again, let me bring that back here. The stems want to fight a little bit. Come on now. Work with my hands all the time, but that doesn't mean I have the strongest hands. Okay, there we go. Get him through, and I'm going to do the same with him. I'm going to bend him right in half. So now I've got 4 of them. Now I'm going to bend them back again and make a real sharp L shape there. With each one of those guys, I'm going to do that, okay? And I don't know if you're already figuring out where I'm going with this, but now I have that L shape going in all 4 directions. So he has kind of a base. That's what's going to sit on the bottom of my glass, okay? So I'm going to slide that down into there, okay? Get him all the way down, shake him a little bit, get him down to the bottom, and I'm going to push him to one side. Don't worry, you're not going to kill him. I'm going to use my handy dandy knife just to push him to the side a little bit. You're not smushing him, I'm not holding him too tight, but I am pushing him over to one side so that he does not get crushed as I pour these glass beads in, okay? Come on now. Move those around a bit there. Okay. Now, you can do this without the wire at the bottom. You can just put your flower into the glass beads. But some flowers will float on you. Nothing is worse than decorating this on your table and all of a sudden that flower has worked its way out, those beads have settled down, and pop, up comes your flower out from the bottom. That's a little embarrassing. and it's not the look that you're going for. So that is the reason why I make those little feet, and I don't know if you can even see them through the bottom of the jar anymore. But they get well covered up by all the glass beads, okay? I'm going to pull my flower to the side so I can get my hand in there again and fill him with water. And I'm being cautious as I'm filling not to let it run down the side of my vase, just because that way you don't end up with that really ugly line down the side of your vase where the water, you know, it'll kind of dry after sitting there for a little while. And if it does run down the side, just make sure you take a towel and dry it off real good so you don't end up with water spots going down the side. Okay. And my floating candle right on the top. I hope you guys can really see that well. Do you see the water bubbles that start forming there? You should see it from the top. That looks really cool. I wish I could tilt it and show you. But even from the sides, you get those water bubbles everywhere, and they're really pretty awesome looking. So, okay, so that's one idea. Let me scoot him over here. All right. I love both of these. This is from my grandmother's antique glass set, and this, of course, is a brandy sniffer. I'm just going to do one, just for the sake of time, but these are both wonderful. Again, those 6-pack of roses was only $4. So if you have 6 of these and you line them down the table, it's a wonderful centerpiece. Or do this one tall one that I just did, one at either end of the table with an arrangement in the middle. I did that 3-rows arrangement in my last video. 3-rows arrangement with 2 of these at either end, and you've got a great arrangement for yourself. Okay, so I'm going to do this. All right, this time I have little tiny beads. These also came from Michael's, just like those glass beads. I tend to pick stuff up like this when it's either on clearance or on sale, or I use my 40% off coupons. They're the kind of things that you can use over and over and over again. All right, I have a little bit of water in with these glass beads already. Okay, let me get those down in there. All right. I actually think I want some more of those. Oh, and of course, my jar of them is across the room. Doesn't that just figure? Okay, I guess we're going with this for now. All right, give him just a little bit more water. Now, on this one, I'm going to take a rose, and this time I'm going to cut him really, really short. Just gave him just a little bit of a neck there. And I'm just placing him down into there. But I don't like how far down in he's going. So I'm going back to my leaves that I get from outside. I didn't pay a dime for. Went out and trimmed the trees. These are magnolia leaves. So I'm going to pick him up, give him a leaf there. I'll get one more little one here. Just kind of cradle him with these leaves here. Okay. And there you go. Nice and simple, but yet cute. I like them. These look really good if you have a line of them on a table or up on your fireplace mantle or anything like that. And again, super cheap, easy, quick. Okay? All right, let's see. Do I have any of these left? I have a few of these left. Let's do one down into the brandy sniffer because I love these. Okay, again, make sure you give him a little bit of water. He's got to have a water source. I'm going to pour a little bit of that out. You can always give it just enough water in there with your glass beads to let it last for the evening. It is going to drink water, so if you want this to last you for days, you're going to have to keep adding water, okay? I'm going to pour a little bit more out. I want mainly just my glass beads to show. There's just enough water in there to give my rose a source. And I want a little bit more greens in with him, but my magnolia greens would be way too big. So this time I'm using ligustrum. So I'm going to tuck my ligustrum in here. Just 2 little leaves here just to kind of cradle him. Okay, and again, I'm going to cut the head off really low and just lay that down inside. I actually think I'm going to cut him a little bit shorter since I don't have many beads in there. There we go. Just that little bit of green. Let's see if I can tilt him just a little bit so you can see him. Okay. And again, if you did a whole row of those on the table, it'd be a lovely, simple, and cheap centerpiece. Thanks for watching again, guys, and make sure you check out my website, like always, deepsouthgreens.com, and my friend's website that does flowers. She does nothing but wedding flowers, and that's at arrangements.pro. That's Shauna. She does an awesome job. And you guys enjoy your rose arrangements. Have a great night.